What's up, YouTube? Gervonta Davis calls cap on reports and people on Twitter saying that the fight was canceled. He's saying he's still going to fight in Houston. Now, he made two separate tweets. One was cap, one was I'm still fighting in Houston. Unfortunately, that doesn't answer many questions. I mean, obviously, it kind of does, but it's so vague. And that's why boxing fans, all these conspiracies come up, these debates and different opinions on is the PBC in trouble and stuff. We don't get much information. You're a fanboy of the PBC, you're going to say, well, it's none of our business and things like that. But this is boxing. Tank is the biggest fighter. And when it comes to a situation like this, where it's what, 6 weeks away, and there's rumors going on that the fight was pushed back. I mean, Dan Raphael posted on Twitter that the fight had a scheduling issue. Not yeah, it was an issue with the venue. We need more answers. I mean, there's usually I don't know. I would think if this was another team, if this was a Matchroom or Queensberry or Top Rank, like Bob Arum would do an interview. Um, Frank Warren would do interviews. He's always doing interviews, and Eddie Hearn does the most interviews out of everybody. If this was Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya would have put out a clapback season. Like PBC needs people to do interviews. I mean, obviously it can't be Al Heyman, but why isn't Leonard Ellerbe doing interviews like, yo, people, because there's a lot of people that spend a lot of money, tickets, flights, hotels. Though I would assume, I mean, it was in Houston. Nobody likes the opponent. Nobody likes the opponent. Even if you are a Tank fanboy, you can't say that Lamont Roach is like a top five pick of who you would want fighting. Um, this is too. He's bringing another person up from a weight class, and it's not what the people want. We want Tank to go up to 140. Wipe out. If you're gonna say at 135, fight on 135 champ, right? There's other champions at 135, and there's too many people that just defend every move that he makes, and I get it. You're fanboys, right? And that's human nature. People are gonna do that. When you have a favorite fighter, you're gonna find ways to defend what they do. It's the same with politics, same with religion, everything. People defend their belief systems. And if you don't think that Tank is cherry picking all his fighters and going for easy fights, that's your opinion, man. And you're going to find ways to believe that. I'm a Tank fan. I think Tank beats everybody at 135. I do. I think he beats I think he could beat everybody at 140 just because of his power. He's too good in the ring. I think he would beat Devin Haney. I think he would. I think he would. Yeah, he would beat Tiafimo. Tiafimo's been dropped by Sandor Martin, dropped by Cambosos. Tiafimo has been dropped. Haney has been dropped. He already dropped Ryan Garcia. But with Jack Catterall beating Regis Prograis, even though Jack Catterall is not a name, nobody would really. I don't see people. I mean, in the UK they would, but here that's not an America fight. But still, it's still a 140-pound champion. Now, I'm sure Tank's at the level where, obviously, he don't care about nobody's opinion. He's his own boss. He's gonna do it, or is he? Is he his own boss? And I say that's what I would think. He's his own boss. But if he was his own boss, would these rumors be going around? Would we be having these issues? Eddie Hearn did a great take. I think it was a few days ago where he was saying, I mean, everybody knows about the Amazon deal, right? And Eddie Hearn was saying, and Gervonta Davis was most likely, and just use common sense, people, use common sense. It is likely that Tank wanted a big guarantee for this fight, and the budget is not there to give him that money, to give him that guarantee. Now he's saying he's still fighting in Houston. Or is it the same date? Is it the same? I mean, I would assume it's the same opponent. Is everybody else that was scheduled on that card also going to be fighting? There's a lot of, he, he's too big of a star. And I guess that this is his persona. I mean, it's always been, and people. That's why people have come to accept it. He's too vague, you know. You're 30 years old, bro. 29, whatever. You're a grown man. You can't tweet more than one word, more than a sentence. I mean, you're usually tweeting and deleting, but in a time like this where, and it's not hate, there's real people that spent money, especially when times is crazy right now. Everything is expensive. I looked at eggs and I was like, what happened to everything is expensive. People are spending money that they probably don't got. They put it on credit card. Let's be honest. They putting it on credit card, and they're left with confusion and a lot of doubt. And I'm sure the anxiety. Yo, if I spent a couple thousand to see a superstar that, it could, like, people are big fans, and people love boxing. People are big fans. Like, they are die-hard fans for Tank, die-hard fans for Canelo, for Spence. These people really, and I don't think it's a bad thing. You could say, oh, a man should never idolize another man thing. You can go that route. But a lot of these guys idolize Tank because they see him as it's why a lot of people idolize, like, rappers and musicians and artists and things like that. Cause, like, yo, that, like, you look at him like he's you, like he's who you, in your mind, he's you. So you would spend money to go see him, man. To go see him. That's not a far-fetched thing where a big boxing fan would spend money that they don't got to see their favorite fighter fight somebody. They don't care who he's fighting. They don't care the level of competition. If you're a big Tank fan, you're not going to be like, you're probably going to spend the money to go see him. Especially if you're in the Houston area. Speaking of Houston, where's Charlo? Where's Jermell Charlo? Yo, this was supposed to be in Houston for Charlo and Andrade. Where are these? This is why there's so many questions on the PBC and the rumors going on about PBC not having money. It's because, where are these people? Why don't they have spokespersons, or come out and speak to your fans, speak to the people? Devin Haney gets brought up every time. I mean, every time I see a Tank video, the guy starts talking about how it compares to that. Devin Haney ain't got nothing to do with this. The only reason I'm putting him in this video, let's not use Devin Haney. I mean, most other fighters, in a situation like this, you're gonna try to send a message to your fans, like, yo, don't worry. Either we push the fight back, or the fight is still happening. Tank is not specific. He said cap. I mean, like, come on, man. And it kind of, like, annoys me. Grown men, super rich dudes, who's probably been around a lot of businessmen and millionaires. You're writing little, like, cap. Like you're in high school. Bro, you got people spending $3, $4, $5,000 on a fight that is most likely not going to happen. And all you could say is cap. All you could say is, I'm still fighting in Houston. Is it the same date? What's the arena? Not me, but I'm speaking in the minds of people that are probably scared to say this, like, yo, where's the venue going to be? Like, my hotel, like you said, it was at the Toyota Super Center, the Toyota Center. My hotel is near. I need to make, like, arrangements. Do I need to cancel my flight? You gonna pay me my money back? There's all these things, and it's kind of a slap in the face to fans. It really is. This kind of cryptic tweeting and it's not deception. He's not lying about anything, but he's very cryptic in his messages. Cap, I'm still fighting in Houston. People need answers, because people are really spending money that they have. And that's a big thing. I went back to Devin Haney. I said but he's just a clear example of someone who, if he was in a situation and we didn't know. First off, when has Devin Haney ever been in a situation? It's only PBC. That's only in a situation where you're this close to a fight and there's rumors about money issues and venue issues. No, venue issues can be common, but no, that's a PBC thing. Um, and it's likely because we know Al Heyman is sick, but where's Leonard Ellerbe at? Where you like for a guy who was always spoke for Tank? This is the time to speak for him. What's going on with the fight? So Tank says he's still fighting in Houston. I hope that Charlo and Andrade fight gets made, man. That's a fight people have been wanting for years. Even though it's later than we want it, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. Tank and Lamont. Lamont Roach said in the interview that Tank wanted to fight him 2 years ago, and before he was a champion, just because of the DMV and Baltimore thing. Like that, we're past that. Like we're past that. You're trying to reach such a small group of people. How many people live in Baltimore and DMV compared to compare to marketing the fight to all of United States? It's crazy. Nobody cares about a feud between Baltimore and DMV. Nobody. It's not like New York versus LA. Like this ain't no East Coast West Coast thing. If it was East Coast West Coast, that would be a much bigger, because there's always been rivalries. But Baltimore and DMV, the only people that know about that rivalry is people from that area or around that area. And then you're putting the fight in Houston. So if it was about, it just don't make sense, man. It doesn't. When you try so hard to find different points to put together an excuse for him, you're trying too hard. The fight's not a good fight. Nobody wants to fight. He's in division below you, right? Look at his knockout record. Lamont Roach. It's not like Lamont Roach is a monster. Devin Haney has a higher percentage knockout than Lamont Roach, and Devin Haney, he can't punch. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Devin Haney ain't knocking no top level fighters out, and he has a higher percentage than Lamont Roach. So yeah, it sounds good. Baltimore DMV era. This is for the culture, bro. Nobody's hearing that. Nobody cares about that. That's not what boxing fans want. Even casuals. You think casuals are going to know about a Baltimore DMV thing? That's stupid. Most people buy Tank fights not because of his opponent, because of Tank, because he's a superstar. But well, Canelo's not fighting nobody. I can't say that. With rumors of Canelo trying to fight Chris Eubank, bro, that's a slap in that. Come on, man. What are you doing? Everybody knows Canelo's ducking Benavidez. That Eubank thing better not be real. But back to Tank. People pay to see you because of your knockouts, because of your you're just so good. You're the best, man. And we want to see you move up. I think you can knock everybody out at 140. I'm sure Tank does too. I'm sure Tank believes that he can knock everybody out. Then why don't you do it? You telling me you fighting somebody at 140 would make less than you fighting Lamont Roach? Come on. I mean, even if Tank fought Jack Catterall in the UK, that would be a huge pay-per-view. He would sell out. Tank would sell out like Wembley or something. Think of AJ going to Wembley. He fought Dubois there. He fought Klitschko. Like had like 80,000, 100,000 people. I think Tank could do that. Tank is the star to do that. If anyone from America is gonna go over to UK and sell out an arena, it's Tank. So this isn't Tank hate. This is not Tank hate. There's people who are biased and people who can see straight down the middle, who could call it both ways, and who are not biased. And I'm not biased. I like Tank. I don't like the people that he's fighting, right? Frank Martin was a good fight. Frank Martin, even though he wasn't a champion or something, I was like, yo, that's a good fight. Because I thought Frank had the skills to beat him. He was in the same weight class. Frank is like jacked. The dude could fight, right? That was a good fight. Lamont Roach is not a good fight. One, let's say why. One, he's in a weight division below you. Two, he has less of a knockout percentage than Devin Haney. That's terrible. Like that's disrespectful to say. Like even though Devin Haney is great, you can let's say Devin Haney is great, whatever. To say everybody knows him for being pillow fisted, and the opponent that you choose has less of a percentage of a knockout percentage than him. That makes your opponent look bad, right? You should not be fighting that level of competition. That's it is what it is. Tank needs to stop being cryptic. He needs to have more. He needs to have either him be a man and speak for yourself, or have your team do it. Leonard, because you probably can't talk well. Have Leonard Ellerby, who can talk well, who knows how to speak to them. When I say Tank can't talk well, I mean media trained. Meet to it's like politicians. They speak a certain way even though they're lying. It's you gotta be media trained. There's things that you can't start cursing in an interview, So have Leonard put out a statement, bro. Put out a statement. Do an interview. Have a sit down interview. Make some money off of it. But it's just the when you're letting the rumors go and it's getting closer and your responses are cryptic, there's issues. Where there's smoke, there's fire. There's issues going on. Everything ain't cool, everything ain't right. And I think him being cryptic really proves it. If everything was a go, if he didn't have no money issues, he would have been like, yo, I ain't got no money issues. This is all BS rumors. The fight's happening December 14th. So Tank, talk more to your people. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.